Hey everybody, welcome to episode 17 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We're still a ways away from Minmus. Bring up our map here, we can see that we still need to plan our insertion burn. I think I'm using that term correctly. Where we actually establish an orbit around Minmus. We are going to be coming back with gobs of science. It's going to be ridiculous how much science we're coming back with and how much money we're coming back with. But the very first thing we need to do is actually get ourselves a stable orbit. And it takes a very little bit of delta V to get this orbit stable. Just like that. Yep. That's good enough. Let's expand this. So in episode 16, we got some science from Kerbal that we've been working on for a while. That mission's been sitting there forever. Let's make sure our solar panel is facing the sun, which it's not. We have plenty of battery, but I don't want to rely on it. Transmit or recover data from space around Minmus. Hey, get a crew report. Send it. That's going to complete that part of the contract. Electrical charge is coming back up. We'll go ahead and EVA. Get an EVA report from space high over Minmus. We'll go ahead and keep that and actually bring it back and transmit that as well. Well, head in there. Head in there, Ten Van. You got this. Ah! Ten Van, what are you doing? Grab board. Really? Tan Van? You're making this more difficult than it needs to be. You really are. Now come on. Down a little bit, up a little bit, forward a little bit, grab and board. There we go. Let's get stable. Let's get reset to our thrust vector here. Now I'm in space high above. I have the materials bay. I'm going to use this for one of the landing spots though. Rather than do that information now. I have a thermometer, but I don't think I can get any temperatures from here. Nope, I can't. Maybe from the surface or something. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time and catch you guys when we're ready to do this maneuver, so hang tight. Alright, we're a minute away from a relatively high orbit. You can see how lumpy this moon is, and the only reason this would actually be able to be as lumpy as it would be is because its mass is so low. The moon, for example, even the Earth's real moon, it can't have mountains that are terribly high because the gravity would eventually just kind of pull them down and crush them upon itself. Mars has much lighter gravity than Earth, so it can have some pretty darn tall mountains, like Olympus Mons, which is the tallest known, I think it's Olympus Mons is the tallest mountain in our solar system. I'll have to fact check that. Someone can put in the comments whether I'm right or wrong on that point. But we're coming up on our burn here. I'm going to fire up full throttle at T-minus 8. 10, 11, 10, 9, throttle up, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have 8 more seconds to burn. And there we go, that camera shift tells me that we are actually in orbit. Go ahead and throttle back to get this as precise as we can. Just like that. Check the actuals. Apoapsis is 22, periapsis is 21. Looking beautiful. So this is where they want us to land. They want us to do a whole bunch of landings in this area here. We have achieved orbit around, so achieved orbit for 18,000 funds, transmit or recover science for 18,000 funds. Now all we need to do is land and transmit some scientific data, and explore Minmus is done. And then we have these ones. Take a crew report below. Which one's that one? Sector something something something. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. I want us to have a polar orbit for this stuff. Well, we'll deal with that after we land. Right now, we're going around oh, we're going in an anti-orbit. So, let's go ahead and set ourselves to land. I didn't bring any lights with me. In fact, you know what I could do? We have solar power. Nah. Let's see, how much... I kind of wish I'd have brought lights. How much time do I have on this mission anyway? I think what I might do... I'm just going to have to go for it. It's going to be landing in the dark. It's going to kind of suck. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But that is behind a pretty substantial mountain. You know, my orbits are taking long enough around Minmus where I can just go ahead and let this thing orbit and get into the light before I actually land on there. So, right about here is where we're going to have our pilot point us retrograde. I don't even need to bother with maneuver nodes anymore. We have Tanvan in the driver's seat. And we're just going to go ahead and have him fire up the engines and bring us down for landing. So we can watch as our thing sips through fuel on Minmus. We have, at this rate, probably an hour's worth of fuel. And you can see how much simpler it is to really land on Minmus sometimes. We're going to be landing quite a few times around this area, taking off again, bumping to the next one, and all that good stuff. Now Minmus is going to rotate under us, so I'll try and land a little early, and then we know that we need to face orbit. No, we need to face south. So south is this way, which is orbit anti-normal. Just to sort of push this like so. Okay, we're going to face retrograde. I am going to set a maneuver here to hit the brakes. Which is a 15-second burn. And let's go ahead and cycle the gear and get ourselves set for landing. Tanvan, this is your mission. Can we take a temperature reading yet? Yes, we can. I wonder if we can only do that once. I think it's worth transmitting back all this information. We'll have a whole bunch of temperature readings. Yeah, we'll go ahead and send that back. We're gonna grab another temperature reading here in a bit. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to the point where we're landing. Okay, Tanvan once again in the pilot seat. He is. Oh, we need to hit the brakes right now. We are overflying our destination. It's pretty much right around here. In fact, we might be able to land once and have him just EVA. We're going to kill that. Okay, we're vertical. Activate navigation. See, where is that thing? I don't see it. Where is it? Navigation is active. Am I not close enough to it? What's the story? T. Let's take a look around. This horizon. Oh. Oh, it's almost directly below us. Okay. It is almost directly below us. So I'm going to actually jump in the cockpit. And once again, we are going to use the radar altitude as well as our vertical speed indicator to let us know when it's time. You are entering Kraken's Pebble Delta. So let us know when it's time to fire up these boosters, or this motor to slow down. Okay, let's go ahead and, with respect to surface, slow ourselves down to, say, 20 meters per second. 20 meters per second at 500 meters. Okay, we're at 400, slowing down. 10 meters per second, slowing down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 is a nice soft landing. So we can maintain this pretty much as we come down with these instruments. And I do believe we're still 100 and something feet away from the surface. You can see here. Nice soft landing. Come out of the cockpit. 3.9. Oh, this is a pretty decent slope. Just a little bit of thrust. Okay, we're laying down. It's not the end of the world. This gravity is so low, actually, that we can just torque ourselves up vertical. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the torque off so our ship can just settle, hopefully. Are we there? Have we made it? Pretty much, yes. Sort of. It's most decidedly on a slope. Now stay still. Okay, so we are at this one place. We'll get a... What's this? EVA report while in space. We'll transmit that. Get a crew report from Minmus' slopes. Transmit that. Bingo. Okay. This contract, are we in the right spot? Take an EVA report from the surface at whatever this place is supposed to be. Kraken's Pebble. Kraken's Pebble Delta. We're flying. I am not sure. We probably need to fly there. That's probably what we need to do, really. I made the mistake of jumping. Lights. Up, 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 up. So this is we'll get on board. Also, and a materials-based study. While the material samples were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much Minmus looks like a mint dessert, and have discovered that you are now hungry. Okay, I don't know where I need to be. What happens if I... Can I navigate from here? Control from here? I am not in the right spot exactly. And I can't seem to get any closer to find out where I need to be exactly in the right spot. So, we'll just have to head up. Turn over. And see what the scoop is. It's over there. I really think it might just be best to let this thing fall over. Take an EVA report. From the surface. Oh, get up. That's the hardest thing, is just figuring out how to navigate to this place. It's not showing me any sort of indication as far as where it actually is. Oh, no, I'm leaving it. Okay. Which means I had been in it before. Take an EV report on the surface at Kraken's Pebble. Kerplap. Tanvan was here for science. Jump, Tanvan, kick off your pack, and head over. Contract parameter complete, explore Minmus complete, explore Minmus complete, explore Minmus. Yeah. Okay, we will fly over to the next one. So this is just taking a little bit of time and... Oh, here we go. So we hit the brakes. Right where we're at. And essentially if we land right here, we should be able to get this EVA done. No problem. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit when I land. Another nice little visual reference to use. You might not see it yet on YouTube, but there's my shadow. That helps me show me how close I am to actually being on the ground here. Coming down nice and soft. 2 point something meters per second. And cut off the engines. We'll go ahead and retract the gear. And I'm going to lay this ship down just ever so carefully, in such a way that Tanban will have a much easier time getting in. SAS off. There we go. What do we have for stored data? Report from the Midlands. We can go ahead and transmit that. Report from space just above the slopes. We'll go ahead and transmit that too. Going down nice and smooth and slow. Just like that. Lay it down very carefully. Track the landing gear, turn off the SAS, and just let the ship sort of rest itself here. Most transmit that one in a bit. Same crew report. In EVA from here. Another bit of contract completed. Whoa, yeah, jumping. Okay, gear up. Stand the ship vertical. SAS is on. Looks like southwest to the next one, which is this way. No, that's north. Southwest. Southwest? This way? Yes. Which is this way. And we're landed, and we're actually pretty stable. Maybe. Almost. I think we're stable enough now where I can do, where I can review this data and send it back. Now we're going to set ourselves basically a due south launch like this. Gear up. So we're going to get ourselves an orbit that's pretty low. In fact, I need to check this contract. Below 4,500 meters. Okay, now, what is this? A crew report. Now I need to fire, I need to go this way? Nope. I need to go this way. Set the navigation. All right. Yeah, we're just coasting. We need to bring ourselves to a stop and let ourselves drop down for this mission. I hope we have enough to pull us all off. We're running out of liquid fuel here. As soon as I am below 4,500 meters, I'm taking this crew report. And lighting up an ejection burn. Okay, that is it. The contract is complete. Let's get out of here. Now we are actually aiming for an orbit. So let's get that to above 10,000 meters. At the apoapsis, we'll burn to establish an orbit. How's our fuel doing? I think we'll be okay. Okay. This episode has actually ran pretty long, so I'm going to wrap up episode 17 here by saying keep flying and stay shiny. I've got all these contracts complete. Now it's just a matter of getting my guy home safely. We'll have to see if that happens in episode 18, and in that episode is where I'm going to spend all the science and do some building upgrades and everything as well. So that'll be basically our attempt at returning home and spending a whole bunch of stuff in episode 18. So tune in next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!